schizophrenia. You know, I'm gonna get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya, get ya. You know I'm a psycho. Yeah, I told you I'm a psycho. 'Cause really I'm a psycho. 'Cause I told you I'm a psycho.
Is that it? Is that it? Is that the quote we're talking about? A guy playing League of Legends said that? And has spent months in prison because of it. And, okay, as a joke, the punchline sucks. Doesn't make any real sense. But, really? I can go to prison for saying that? Holy shit! I could think of quite a few things you can go to prison for. I spent less than 8 years in prison. I'm pretty sure that I can get away with 3 years for beating, raping, and robbing an old woman. Holy shit! TJ, the Amazing Atheist, I found this completely ridiculous. Okay, so I'm not from Texas and I don't worship zombies, but wow. If this is an example of good Christian values in the southern half of the country, I'm happy to be where I am. You know, typically I side with the liberals, but that very concept that the government would allow that to happen is something that makes me have to sadly side with my cousins and say, no thank you, America. I can take care of myself. I can work a minimum wage job and live as a starving artist. But if speech itself is going to be censored, I might just have to consider renewing my passport and booking myself a ticket to Sweden. Thank you very much for making this video. This is terrifying that sort of thing can go down. That someone can say something that preposterous. And I'm not even saying that violence doesn't happen. I'm just saying that I'm not the demographic. I'm not the sort of person who does that. And this guy, I wish I could have found a picture of him, but I'm sorry I couldn't. Justin. But Justin Carter? This guy sounds like he's probably a kid. You know, 18, 19 years old. Probably lived with his parents. Was probably just a gamer. A guy like my younger brother. Probably spends all of his time sitting in his basement playing Halo Reach. But sadly the question becomes, what can you do? This is absurd, but I don't know what else to say. In a country that values the freedom of speech, I and you and anybody else, hypothetically, has the right to stand up and talk about injustice and then take actions to correct that injustice. Now, the world today is full of people protesting the government overstepping their bounds. TJ, what do you think it would take right now to make you and me and everybody watching our channels and everybody on the block stand up and say, this cannot happen? I wish I had more to say here, but I want to make this video response to you because I found that story so completely out there. so inappropriate for the home of the free. This is America. This is the one place on earth where we say it over and over again. We are a free people. We say what we want, we do what we want. We are not oppressed by our government. We are a country founded by insubordination, people who would not bow to a king, people who would not kneel before God. We are not afraid. The government should be afraid of us, right? Don't we say that? Isn't that the motto of our country? How are we going to let artists, poets, philosophers, and children go to prison for expressing themselves? And I'm not in support of what he said. I'm in support of freedom of speech. As an artist, I want to be certain I can say what I want without being censored, without my meaning being lost. Thank you again, TJ. I'm going to call this quits before I say anything I don't mean. But I do mean that I believe in America. I believe in the Constitution, and I believe in the Bill of Rights. I believe these are good, working documents with a powerful message, even if their meanings may have been obscured by the passage of time, and even if the language may seem obscure or obtuse, the words are still there, and the meanings are still there. We were a brave people. We were a powerful people. Let's not watch this disintegrate. Those of us who have power have a responsibility to our fellow Americans, to our neighbors, to protect our freedoms. So tell me, TJ. Tell me, atheist. How can we protect our freedoms? You and I might not be the same person. We might not have the same ideas. But from what I have seen, I can assume that you are largely a liberal. You believe that the government is supposed to protect people and protect freedom. I can assume by your title that you are an atheist. I'm a polytheist. But tiny things like this do not change who we are, do not change our mentality. We cannot let things like that go unnoticed. Thank you. Have a good day.
I told you I'm a psycho, 'cause really I'm a psycho. I told you I'm a psycho.